I'm here today because my mom's ex-friend sexually molested me from the ages 9 to 14. He started touching me on my legs and on my private area, and then it just started growing. He didn't actually start penetrating me until I was about 13 years old. He was on the couch and he called me over to the couch, and I told him no first because I knew what he was gonna do. Then he's like, just come over here, and he got aggressive with it. So then from there, I started to go over there, and then he took all my clothes off. Every single piece of clothing that I had, he took it off. And then he started touching me, and then he did what he did down. I whispered, I was like, oh my God, my mom's gonna kill me. And he went to the bathroom, and I was like, oh my God. I put all my clothes back on, I went to the bathroom, and I see him sitting on the toilet, rubbing his hands through his hair. And from there, I was like, I'm not gonna tell Mom, I promise. I promise I'm not gonna tell my mom. And ever since then, my mom always asked me, is anything happening between you two? I always tell my mom no. I told my mom always no. Then one day, he did it on February 15th of 2018, and I was sick of it. I was done with him doing what he was doing, and he was doing it for a very long time. And I wrote on a piece of paper that my mom's ex-friend did what he did to me. And I gave it to my friend, and my friend gave it to a student teacher gave it to another teacher, and it went all the way to the principal. The principal told the police officer that was there, and then the whole investigation started happening, and I went into the investigation. They came into the room, and they told me that I lied 12 times, and that the STD that I had, he did not have, which is impossible because I didn't lose my virginity until I was like 16 years old. Honestly, the worst part is that my mom doesn't believe me and my best friend doesn't. My mom went through the same thing that I went through, and a family member of hers didn't believe her either. And it hurts me that she doesn't believe me. I've lied to my mom, and I don't blame her for not believing me, but I'm here today to prove that he did this to me, and I'm here because he needs to be prosecuted for what he's done to me and to my family.
Kristal, do you remember how the abuse started with your mom's ex-friend?
He started grooming me. So he would like touch my thigh, touch my butt, touch my private area, and he would get very sexual with it. And he told me that if I ever told anybody, he would hurt me or someone that I loved. And it went on for a couple of years. My family moved to a different place, and he came over to go come babysit me and my family because my mom had to work and she also went to school. And when he was over, I was in trouble and I had to wear 25.
And how old were you at this time?
I was around 10, 11 years old at this time. I had to put 25-pound weights on my shoulders and do lunges from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. And it was from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night. And I had a break. I have 3 breaks. So I put my things down and I took a break. And my cat came by. I touched my cat and I got in trouble for touching my cat. He told me to go to my mom's room. And you know, all those times.
So when he did this sexual act on you, you didn't then confide to your mom what he did to you?
I was scared of what he was going to do. He already abused me physically. What could he do to someone else,
right,
especially someone that I love?
Did it continue after that, or?
It continued. It kept continuing until I was 15 years old.
Till you were 15?
Yeah.
And then when's the first time did you tell somebody?
I told someone on February 15th of 2018.
And you're at what age are you at that time?
I was 15.
15. And who did you tell?
My friend at school.
Your friend at
piece
school.
Of paper.
How did you get the courage to tell her?
I was sick of it. I thought I deserved better. I felt like I was cheating on whoever I was dating at the time, you know? Like it wasn't...
Oh, because then now you have a boyfriend.
Yeah. It was my very first boyfriend, and I shouldn't be doing that. I felt guilty.
How often was that occurring?
What he was doing?
Yeah.
It happened every morning.
You know, there's a problem in this country where women are being assaulted on college campuses a lot. This is what I kind of feel like. Girls that are going away and these men assault them, and people try to cover it up. If they're athletes, they're trying to take care of the athletes. The women are victim shamed, and you were asking for it, you're a slut. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I think a lot of women, their voices aren't being heard or being shut down.
Exactly. Exactly.
Kristal and I met like a year and a half ago. She came through my work at the time, and we exchanged numbers, started talking, soon became extremely close. So when she first told me that her mom's ex-friend molested her, it was a big shocker for me. It was right when we tried to make our relationship go into that next level, you know, move it into more than friends. And when she told me, I didn't know how to react because I've never had to deal with that before. And when she told me that what the police found was that it probably didn't happen, it affected me a lot because I have a very close relationship with the police force. It's a family thing, and I tend to take what they say very seriously. And over time, there was doubt. My mind started to shift, and eventually I fell into that in-between spot. But over time, I could see how it was affecting her. I could see, you know, like sometimes she'd get quiet, and I could see the look in her eyes, and that's when I started to think, maybe this actually did happen. She fails her test. I'll still be in her life. I'll still be a very close friend of hers. That won't change anything, because I care about her a lot, and she's been there for me for this past year and a half, especially when a whole lot of things happened in my life. And when she asked me to go through this with her, I immediately said yes. I didn't even give it a second thought. I just want to help her in any way that I can and make sure that she gets the truth out, no matter what it is.
I know. And you also need to understand where I'm coming from with my relationship that I have with the police force.
But the police are always wrong. Look at what they're doing now.
I mean, I can start to see how this is affecting you. So right now, I'm still on the fence. I'm right there in the middle.
I don't even like being touched. You know I don't like being touched.
And that's why I'm here, so we can get this truth out.
Kristal came here because she was abused, as she says, from 9 to 15. Nobody believes her. She takes a lie detector test. And we ask her, are you telling the truth that your mother's ex-friend sexually molested you when you were between the ages of 9 and 14? She answered yes. Are you telling the truth that your mother's ex-friend attempted to rape you on multiple occasions when you were between the ages of 9 and 14? She answered yes. Did you lie to the police during their investigation in February of 2018? She answered no. The results came back all the same, and they came back that Kristal told the truth.
I'm sorry.
I would certainly hope when you go home that I want to know how your mom reacts to this.
Oh my God, my mom's gonna hate this. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You have no idea. I'm like, freaking told you, Mom.
Yeah.
I've been held down, and I hated myself for the way that I was because of what he did to me. And when it finally comes out, I'm like, finally someone is finally listening to me. Someone has the reason to listen to me.
Yeah.
Told you.
You know, I'm not going to beat you up. You're a young guy, and as young men, we need to learn lessons. And this is a big lesson for you to learn. Maybe when they're your friend and they have your back, you need to have theirs back.
I agree.
And like I said, a lot of times this happens and people don't want to believe or they refuse to believe. You know, whatever your mother's reasons were, I am glad that you got back to a good point with your mother, and maybe this even helps even more.
I believe it's going to bring us more closer than we ever were.
Well, I'm glad. And I'm really proud of you for having the courage to come in today. It was very nice for me. I hope this helps. Good luck to you. It's nice to meet you.
I called you, Steve, for help because I watch your show all the time.
Somebody's going to watch this and say, you know what, she was brave enough to do that, I can do that too.